Iheme looking very strong again as they come through. And a superb run, a great victory once again there. Ooh!
Nobody moved. Nobody blinked. The crowd at Lee Valley watched as a 4-year-old British boy named Divine Iheme stepped onto the track calm, quiet, unaware of what was about to happen. When the gun fired, he launched forward like lightning. Seconds later, the stadium froze. The clock flickered. Whatever number was about to appear on that screen would change sprinting forever. Divine Iheme obliterated the world age 14 100-meter record by running 10.3 seconds with a wind-legal reading of 1.7 meters per second. The time destroyed the previous mark of 10.51 seconds set by Jamaica's Sachin Dennis. The performance shaved 0.2 of a second off the record, a massive margin in sprinting. His time placed him third on the European under 1:8 all-time list, behind only Britain's Teddy Wilson at 10.26 seconds and France's Jeff Arias at 10.27 seconds. The teenager known as Lightning Divine had arrived. The comparisons to legends began immediately. Usain Bolt ran 10.57 seconds at age 14. Iheme destroyed that mark by 27 hundredths of a second. Olympic champion Noah Lyles clocked 11.27 seconds at the same age, almost a full second slower than the British sensation. The context makes the achievement even more striking. Iheme's time would have placed him third at the 2024 British Athletics Championships. Senior men competing at the national level would have finished behind a 4-year-old. The time was quick enough to reach an Olympic final as recently as 1996. Iheme's reaction told the story. "When I first saw it, I was in utter shock. I couldn't believe it," he told Sky Sports News. "I was jumping about, running around. I just felt so happy, but I couldn't have done it without God." The record came from someone with sprinting in his blood. Both of his parents represented Nigeria at the 2002 Commonwealth Games in Manchester. His father, Innocent, competed in the 100 meters and long jump. His mother, Nkiruka, ran the 100 meters and 200 meters. His grandparents were runners as well. Nkiruka spotted the talent early. "I knew when he was in my tummy," she told the BBC. "When I was pregnant, he kept on kicking." She founded the PWD Athletic Academy in Oxfordshire to nurture young talent. She became her son's coach. The Oxfordshire-based athlete studied the best to ever do it. "I've watched quite a lot of Usain Bolt's races and Alison Felix's 200 meters, 400 meters and relays," Iheme told Sky Sports. "Probably the first race I watched was his Bolt's 200 meters world record, the 19.19, and I was inspired to pursue the dream." He developed his own approach. "In my opinion, I think my running style is unique and natural. I don't try to model it from anyone," he explained. The progression before the record showed consistent improvement. 2 years earlier, at age 12, Iheme ran the 100 meters in 11.3 seconds. The journey from that mark to 10.3 seconds represented extraordinary development in a short time frame. Leading up to the record-breaking race, Iheme had run faster than 10.51 seconds on 3 separate occasions. He clocked 10.46, 10.48, and 10.49 seconds earlier in the year. None of those times counted because they exceeded the legal wind limit. The 10.3 performance at Lee Valley came with a legal 1.7 meters per second wind reading. "I remember on the day the timer was delayed," Iheme told The Telegraph. "I was crouched, waiting. I saw 10.3 and I started screaming and shouting and running around. I was really surprised. The commentators started going crazy. It was an amazing experience. I loved it." His mother was visiting family in Nigeria when the record fell. They watched footage of the race remotely. "We were jumping up and down," Nkiruka said. The teenager committed to representing Great Britain despite his Nigerian heritage. "I want to represent Great Britain in the future because they have helped me the most," he stated in an interview. His response to comparisons with Noah Lyles showed maturity beyond his years. "Noah Lyles is a great athlete and he's given me a lot of confidence to pursue this career, run quicker, get a better time," he told Sky Sports. "I feel like it gives me the confidence to break more and more barriers as I go through my journey." The story did not end with the 100-meter record. Iheme turned 15 years old in October 2024. He shifted focus to indoor competition and the 60-meter distance. He ran 6.76 seconds at the BFTTA Indoor Series at Lee Valley in December 2024. The time came within 0.02 seconds of Mark Lewis Francis's British under 1/8 60-meter record of 6.69 seconds set in 1999. The performance also approached the world age 15 record of 6.74 seconds, established by American Jamie Samuels in 2003. The breakthrough came on the 5th of January 2025 at the BFTTA Indoor Series in London. Iheme broke the world age 15 60-meter record not once but twice in the same day. He clocked 6.72 seconds in his first race, eclipsing Samuel's 2-year-old record. He then improved to 6.71 seconds in his second race. Divine Iheme's name has become synonymous with speed. His double record-breaking indoor performance placed him fourth on the United Kingdom under 1/8 all-time 60-meter rankings, just 0.02 seconds behind Mark Lewis Francis's long-standing 6.69-second record from 1999. It felt amazing because now I can hold 2 titles to my name, but I am also aware that I don't want to let it get to my head, Iheme told Athletics Weekly. He admitted he didn't even realize he'd broken the world record until he saw an Instagram post celebrating it. When asked which record meant more, he chose the 100 meters. Definitely the 100 meters world record because it was my first one, he said. I was waiting forever for the board to show times my heart was racing. Then I saw 10.3 pop up and just started jumping and screaming. Despite the global spotlight, Iheme insists he feels no pressure. I know I'm stronger in the 160 and I can perform better there, he said. Seeing my name getting so much attention makes me feel good because I've worked so hard for this. His mother, Nkirika, serves as his coach and she runs a strict program. It's really tough because she's my coach and I can't skip any sessions, Iheme said. When we're at the track, there's no mercy, but that's what makes it great. It pushes me to run faster. The results speak for themselves. At the 2025 English Schools Championships, Iheme shattered the intermediate boys' 100-meter record with a 10.41 second run. A month later, he trimmed his personal best to 10.29 seconds, improving his world age group record. So glad to have run a PB, it can only be God, he wrote on Instagram. Athletics runs deep in the Iheme family. His parents both competed for Nigeria at the 2002 Commonwealth Games. His older brothers, Praise and Wisdom, are also active in sports. Divine began training at 7, showing early flashes of brilliance. I'd always win by a big margin, he recalled of school races. By 12, he focused solely on sprinting and within a year became English schools champion. By 14, he held the UK under 1-4 record at 10.56 seconds before obliterating it with his 10.3-second world record. Now 15, he holds 2 world age group titles, the 100 meters, 10.3, and 60 meters, 6.71. Both times are faster than Usain Bolt or Noah Lyles ran at the same age. Iheme dreams big. I can see myself with Olympic titles in the 100 and 200, he told the BBC, eyeing the 2028 Los Angeles Games. He trains 4 times a week at the PWD Academy, balances church and school, and studies sports psychology. His favorite athletes Noah Lyles, Dina Asher-Smith, Shericka Jackson, and Letsile Tobogo inspire his style. I try to slingshot off the bend and hold first till the finish, he said. He races not just for glory but for family. I want to make sure my parents can relax while I take care of them, he said. His rivalry with Australian prodigy, Gout Gout, also running 10.29 seconds, has fans calling it sprinting's next Ronaldo versus Messi. Born in 2009, the year Bolt set his 200 meters world record, Iheme symbolizes sprinting's new era. The boy who ran 11.3 seconds at 12 now flies under 10.3 at 15. His body is still growing, his confidence expanding, and his name rising fast. Lightning has struck twice for Divine Iheme and the storm is only beginning. Noah Lyles and Kishane Thompson, 2 names that have defined the world of sprinting since their razor-thin finish at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Lyles claimed gold by just 0.005 of a second, a result so close it stunned even the athletes themselves. That moment didn't end the story, it started one. Through 2025, their rivalry has exploded across every major meet, each race bringing new tension, new records, and new drama. And when the world turned its eyes to Tokyo for the World Championships, the next chapter of this historic clash took a turn no one saw coming. In Paris, Noah Lyles surged past Thompson in the final strides, winning 9.784 to 9.789. The result shook Thompson to his core. It shook my existence, he later confessed. While Lyles beamed with pride, Thompson plotted his revenge. And 2025 would give him plenty of opportunities. The first warning shot came in June, when Thompson clocked an astonishing 9.75 seconds at the Jamaican Championships, the fastest time in a decade and 6th fastest all time. That wasn't just a personal best, it was a message to the world, and it wasn't long before he got his chance to face Lyles again. The 16th of August 2025, in Silesia, Poland, the long-awaited Olympic rematch at the Diamond League. Thompson blasted out of the blocks and never looked back, winning with a meet record equaling 9.87. Lyles finished second in 9.9, his season's best at that point. For Lyles, who had been easing back into form after a spring ankle injury, it was a stepping stone. For Thompson, it was redemption. After the race, the war of words reignited. Lyles told Norwegian broadcaster NRK, "I still feel like he's in my pocket." Thompson, grinning, fired back, "My pocket's going to be so far ahead next time." These weren't just playful jabs, they were fuel for Tokyo. All eyes turned to the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo. The final was stacked with contenders. Lyles, seeking to defend his world title and shake off a season that he himself described as the most wild and unexpected of his career. Thompson, fresh off a flawless season and eager to claim his first world gold. And then, silently waiting, was oblique Seville. Seville had tasted heartbreak before. In Paris, he finished last in the Olympic final. In previous World Championships, he placed fourth, just off the podium. But in 2025, Seville looked different. He beat Lyles at the Lausanne Diamond League, he logged 6 sub-9, 90 races. And in Tokyo, with Usain Bolt watching from the stands, Seville finally delivered. The final was electric. Thompson got a clean start. Lyles, known for slower reactions, had one of his best starts of the season, but it was Seville who stunned everyone. In a textbook sprint, he clocked 9.77 seconds, his personal best and enough to capture Jamaica's first 100 meters world title since Bolt in 2015. Thompson took silver in 9.82. Lyles, despite a season's best of 9.89 and a strong finish, settled for bronze. The podium said it all. Jamaica 1-2, USA in third. And just like that, Seville reshaped what was thought to be a two-man rivalry. For Thompson, silver wasn't enough. "I'm not really concerned about the time, it was more of the execution," he said afterward. Yet, his season spoke volumes. Undefeated until Tokyo, a 9.75 petabytes, and a defining presence on the global stage. Lyles, meanwhile, took the loss in stride. Bronze was not his aim, but considering his chaotic year, he found positives. Acceleration, he noted, was the key to unlocking gold. His start had improved, his confidence remained unshaken, and with the 200 meters still ahead, Lyles had another chance to tie Bolt's record of 4 consecutive world titles in the half-lap event. This season wasn't just about Lyles and Thompson. Kenny Bednarek, Lyles' American teammate, added his own fire. After a heated exchange at the U.S. trials, where Lyles won the 200 meters and stared down Bednarek at the line, their rivalry added more edge to every U.S. sprint event. Bednarek placed fourth in the Tokyo 100 meters final, a major step up from his 7th-place Olympic finish. Like Lyles, he now eyes the 200 meters for gold. But the Tokyo final also highlighted a broader shift. Half the finalists were from African nations. South Africa's Akani Simbine and Gift Leolela placed 5th and 7th, respectively. Nigeria's Kayinsola Ajayi, a collegiate athlete from Auburn, finished 6th, marking Nigeria's first men's 100 meters finalist in 18 years. Ajayi's rise was particularly noteworthy, a 9.88 personal best in the semis, calm under pressure, and a 10 inches the final. In a field dominated by U.S. and Jamaican legends, Ajayi's emergence was a glimpse of the sport's expanding reach. Meanwhile, Botswana's Letsail Tebogo, a rising star and 200 meters Olympic champion, was disqualified for a false start in the 100 meters. His absence from the final was a major blow, but his battle with Lyles and Bednarek in the 200 meters loomed. Beyond the track, the Lyles-Thompson rivalry was rich with history. Since 2005, every men's 100 meters world title has gone to either a U.S. or Jamaican athlete. The two nations also claimed 6 of the last 7 Olympic titles. Usain Bolt's shadow still loomed large, and for Jamaica, Seville's win was more than a gold, it was a return to dominance. Bolt, in pre-race interviews, had predicted a Jamaica 1-2. "There's no reason they shouldn't be 1-2 because they're the top fastest times in the world this year," he said. The legend was right. For Lyles, 2025 may have been turbulent, but he relished every battle. "I love rivalries, as long as they're done correctly," he said. For him, rivalries require back and forth, history, real stakes. With Thompson, he found all of that, and with Seville's arrival, the storyline only thickens. Lyles also faced adversity head-on. An inflamed tendon delayed his season start until July. A COVID scare nearly derailed his 200 meters race in Paris the year before. Yet, through all of it, his mindset remained sharp. "This is probably my most wild and unexpected year," he admitted. Still, he remained confident. "I'm really ready to start taking off." Thompson, too, showed resilience. In 2023, he missed the World Championships entirely. A year later, he was Olympic silver medalist, then world silver medalist. His consistency, fast starts, and discipline set him apart. He wasn't just a rival, he was a threat to every title. And now, with Seville standing on top, the dynamic has changed again. Even more intriguingly, fans and analysts alike have started to speculate whether we are entering a new era of sprinting where the throne will be contested not just by two giants, but by a trio hungry for legacy. That third contender, Seville, has shown he can beat both men when it matters most, shaking up every prediction going forward. The next chapter of this rivalry could unfold in the 4x100-meter relay. Both the US and Jamaica have stacked squads. Another showdown is inevitable. But the most anticipated duel remains. Lyles, Thompson, and now Seville, eyeing 2026 and beyond. In a sport defined by fractions of seconds, rivalries like this aren't just entertainment, they're the heartbeat of the game. With personalities as magnetic as Lyles, as cool as Thompson, and as driven as Seville, the men's 100 meters has never looked more thrilling. And if one thing's for certain, this legendary rivalry hasn't peaked yet. It's only just getting started.
Way, got a pretty good start count, quickly picks up Howard behind him, and then out wide at Kelly. How quick will he be? He's stretching away now. Isn't he beautiful to watch? He did switch off. Oh boy.
At just 17 years old, Australian sprinter Gout Gout has done something that few thought possible. He's brought world-class sprinting energy to Australian athletics and sent shockwaves through the global track community. Still in high school, the Queensland teenager has already rewritten national records, clocked wind-assisted sub-10 seconds in the 100 meters, and crushed long-standing 200 meters marks that stood for over half a century. The whispers are already out there. Is this Australia's answer to Usain Bolt? It was a warm evening in Perth when Gout Gout, then just a 17-year-old, lined up for the Australian U20 National Championships. Within seconds of the starter's gun, he stormed down the track, crossing the line in 9.99 seconds, not once, but twice in the same day. While the wind readings 3.5 meters per second and 2.6 meters per second made the times ineligible as official records, they announced something undeniable. Australia had found its next sprinting phenomenon. After his win, Gout grinned and thumped his chest. "That's what I was hoping for," he told reporters. "I didn't get the start I anticipated. It was the kind of confidence, mixed with humility, that hinted at greatness." That same weekend, he went on to dominate the senior men's 200 meters, smashing Peter Norman's legendary 1,968 national record with a run of 20.04 seconds. The mark had stood untouched for 56 years. Months later, in Ostrava, Czech Republic, Gout bettered it again, 20.02 seconds, in his first ever senior international race. In Ostrava, the young Australian looked calm beyond his years. Running against seasoned professionals, Gout exploded out of the curve and powered down the straight, finishing nearly 0.2 of a second ahead of Cuba's Renier Mena. Britain's Nathaniel Mitchell-Blake, an Olympic medalist, was left trailing in third. Afterward, Gout smiled and told Reuters, "I feel good. New personal best, new national record in my first European race. I don't feel any pressure. Once I'm on the track, it's just me and what I've got to do, my favorite thing, and that's to run." In that moment, it wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Gout had become the fastest 7-year-old in Australia's history, and one of the most promising young sprinters in the world. Born in Ipswich, Queensland in December 2007, Gout Gout is one of 7 children to Dinka parents who fled war-torn South Sudan before settling in Australia. His family's story is one of survival, resilience, and hope. His father, Bona, recalled the name Gout was a transliteration error when the family moved through Egypt, a mistake that stuck but now represents excellence on the world stage. Growing up, Gout played soccer before switching to track, a decision that changed everything. By 14, he had already broken Australian age group records in the 100 meters and 200 meters. By 15, he was clocking 20.87 for 200 meters, earning the Australian U18 title and his first trip overseas for the World U20 Championships in Lima, where he claimed silver in the 200 meters. By 16, he was setting Oceanian U20 records and signing a sponsorship deal with Adidas. The kid from Ipswich had officially become a professional athlete, without even graduating high school.